All right, guys, welcome. We're out here at Channel Partners today. Super excited to be hanging out with my dear friend Jake Jacoby at TELCLOUD. I'm Mike Pittman, the CEO of Connected Solutions Group. We're going to talk to you guys today about POTS replacement, the evolution of CSG and TELCLOUD's relationship, how we're moving forward, why this is the time to do it, and all the exciting things that we have going on. Jake, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me here. Thanks for the partnership, and look forward to bringing the information to these guys here.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to talk about it. So let's kind of dive right in. You want to just give kind of an overview of the evolution of our relationship? I can chime in as well.
Sure.
But kind of where we are today and what we're going forward with.
Yeah, absolutely. So you may or may not know, TELCLOUD is a POTS replacement platform, right? And so what that means is that we don't sell direct, we sell through partners. And so we have a back-end solution that is evolved over time and is really what we believe to be the best POTS line replacement solution out there in the marketplace. Mike and I got together and talked about how do we bring this and create a solution for Verizon, and that's how we ended up powering the back end of POTSolve.
Right, and what happened on our end is that we were approached by Verizon leadership to create, for lack of a better word, a POTS replacement solution that really could work down market, be really flexible and easy in a lot of different environments. And when that was brought to us, we were honored that Verizon came to us with it, and we looked at our options, invested heavily into TELCLOUD, and so we worked really, really hard at it. And through multiple kind of bus iterations and changes, the whole entire POTSolve process kept being reborn for you guys and the sellers out there, which created a fair amount of chaos and confusion in the market. But at the end of the day, we still were out there, feet on the street, installing the system. And really dive into, Jake, if you don't mind, exactly what you guys have put into the product since launch.
Yeah. So I think, you make a great point. So this thing has evolved over time, right? So at the very beginning, we started with a certain hardware that was good, but technology evolved, routers evolved. We went from 4G to 5G, and so we had to continually iterate and evolve that. So what has happened over time is that we realized that we have to improve this. We have to do things like not have a single box with a router in a closet and put a cellular router in the worst place you could put a cellular router. Right? We have to move it out, right? And we need to use quality hardware to do that, right? So, and if we're going to do that, we might as well use 5G, because this is not a 3-year window. This is a 15 to 20-year window that we need to provide the service.
Absolutely.
So those type of improvements happen. So now we're using the best 5G technology. We put the router where it's supposed to be. We have the POTScast box like this that is purpose built. Again, this is all it does. It has the best alarm technology, best fax technology, right power, UL listings, UL data center. So it was a lot. Millions and millions of dollars that both of our organizations have invested in this. And so we learned a lot. And so what has happened is, I think, over the years, we're finally at this scale where we couldn't do what we were doing before. We had models where the customer had to pay up front, and then they had a monthly fee, and do I need this or do I need that? What we ultimately found, customers want to buy POTS lines the way that they always have bought a POTS line, right?
Yep.
I just need a POTS line, guys. I just need it to work, and I don't want to spend $1,000 a month for it, right? So we're finally able to give them a price point that is reasonable. It's going to save them a ton of money, no upfront cost, and we do this at scale. Whether you have one line at one location or hundreds or thousands of lines, we can do that, and we can get it out to you very quickly and make sure. And then not only are we going to do that, we're going to monitor it. So both of our organizations, like I said, have invested in this. And now, here's the thing, is that it's like the hockey stick right now. We're at Channel Partners. It is all the buzz here.
Absolutely.
Like, you're getting hit up all over the place. I am. And the opportunity for you as a seller out there is massive. There's still millions of lines, and they're being turned down now. And more so than ever, the price has gone through the roof. But even that, they're just going to be turned off, right? We launched a site called Telco Sunset where you can go and see all the notices from the FCC and the turn down. You're going to be able to upload addresses and figure out exactly when your sites are turned down. So stuff like this just didn't exist before, right? So now we've been working together to make sure that we're giving you all the information so you can go help your customers, right? That's ultimately what it's about. The other thing is we will earn your trust. We want to earn that trust, right? So when you go out and you talk to your customer, it's your relationship. We get that. We understand that, and we will do everything we can to make sure that we deliver quality service to that customer and give them what they need so that you can count on it and continue to help them.
Yeah, I think one of the big things that we saw in deployment was, we really did try to focus on every size opportunity. Our competitors out there, maybe a little bit more hesitant to kind of get involved in the little ones, but we know to earn your trust, we have to show you that we can deliver at all levels for you, and that's what we intend to do with this new setup. And I think from the hardware perspective, it is leaps and bounds above what we launched with. From the software perspective, our engineers even at CSG, who were very at the root level with TELCLOUD, would tell you just how far it's come. What would you say about the kind of the field services component and how you guys are doing that today?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, when we first started, you had to look for techs, right? And it's actually pretty tricky, right? Because you have to have wireless techs. So techs that understand how to put in a cellular router.
And pure telco guys.
Yeah. Right? And I hate to say it, but there's a huge age gap there. And so to find the cross between that, we really had to build it. We had to go educate these guys and women to go out into the field and do that. We have rating systems on there. It's almost like Uber rating for engineers now. We have all over the country, we have these techs that can go out and we trust them. And we're continuing to bring on new techs and educate them simply to meet the demand, right? And so it is a big part of it. And here's the other thing is, we realize that it shouldn't be on the customer to burden that cost or take that cost, right? We have to deliver the service. Like I said before, customer just wants a POTS line.
They're expecting it like their POTS lines.
That's right.
Yeah, they're not paying for installations.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we have to go, and so we finally have done that, and that is simply a matter of scale. We had to raise money, we had to create revenue, we had to create a company that could scale and do that. We've done that. We've partnered with the best. That's why we're partnered with Verizon, and we've gone out there and we're at scale. And so we're ready to help you and your customers. But I tell you this, they are being turned down very quickly. The opportunity is now. So if you're not talking to your customer about that, somebody else is. So I urge you to go out, have that conversation, just ask the question. We do the rest. You have to identify the opportunity, talk to your leadership, talk to CSG, talk to TELCLOUD. We're here to help.
Here's the last thing I'd like you to touch on, because I know our viewers are very interested in this. They are under a proverbial gun to deliver week to week now, not even monthly, not even just monthly, and they are gonna, be very, very interested in when they are getting their activation in this process.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great point. So there's a bunch of different programs, right? Go talk to your leadership about this. There's many different paths that you can go down to do this, but really it's identifying the opportunity, right? Identifying a customer that has a need, passing it through that channel, the channel that you choose. And really, once we have that, we are contacting them within 24 hours. We are then identifying whether we can go out or not. Maybe it's a virtual site survey. We're scheduling that on-site survey with 5 to 7 days, right? And then we are delivering within 5 to 7 days. So if we can gather more information up front, you're looking at 5 to 7 days, 14 days at most, activated, lines turned up, happy customer. So that just didn't happen before. Now, again, there's going to be this critical mass, right?
Yeah.
So you get this bulk, and so it might, extend there, but really today, that's what it is.
Yeah, and the good news is any of you that had some, pain points with POTSolve and activations, we are activating early in the process now, as opposed to at the absolute very end. So I think that is a critical for you guys, for our selling partners out there, that's a critical piece of information. So overall, what would you say is the lead-in question for these guys, for their customers, other than do you have POTS lines? Like how would you approach these customers if you're them?
That's a good question. I mean, it's obviously, POTS lines, what do you using copper lines for? But asking them so the biggest number of lines out there are fire panels, elevators, blue light emergency phones. There's fax out there, things like that. So if they have that alarm lines, so a lot of retail alarm lines. So, but ask them if do they take a look at their bill? Yeah. And their bill is probably out of control. Yeah. Right. And so
we had a fire line in our company Slack. It was probably about a month ago now, but it was based in California, and they were over $1,000 for a single POTS line.
We heard about one today, $3,000. Oh, here's the best part of it. So it was $3,000 POTS line, and then somebody came in and sold them a POTS replacement solution and turned it up, and so they were being billed for that, but they never cut it over. Right. So now they're paying for two. Both. And then they called their fire panel company because it wasn't working. And so the fire company came out and delivered another solution. So now they're paying for three. So really, it does take expertise in this. And so, what we promise you as CSG and TELCLOUD is we will go take care of that customer. We will clean it up. We will allow them to understand what they can turn down. A lot of them are scared to turn it off. Right? That's why they're not even using some of these lines, and they're scared to turn it off.
Right.
And that's why they're not canceling the bill. So just having the knowledge that we went out, we documented everything, you know what it is, and you know what's connected, and now you have a dashboard that shows you what's on and what's being used, and you have a reasonable bill back like you used to. So all of that is what your customer's going to get, and that's what the two of us and our companies are committed to.
Outstanding. So to kind of put a bow on it, at this point, moving forward, it is POTSolve by TELCLOUD, and what this is a culmination of 3 years now of building out processes, correcting where we could be better, improving the hardware, improving the software, being more customer experience focused, and I'm just super excited, Jake. I think that this is the time. It is hard, and we had to learn. Yeah. We've learned a lot, and now we're ready to just rock and roll. Super excited about it. So
yeah, we appreciate the partnership. We appreciate you out there. So thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Let's go.
Let's go, man.
All right.
Let's look forward to it. Thank you.